How to make Tears of the Kingdom fun again, part 1. So I came up with a set of game variations. These aren't hardcore challenge runs. They're curated playstyles designed to limit the things that make this game a frustrating 10 out of 10, and in turn, force the kind of creativity that makes this game a real 10 out of 10. Our first variation, I'd like to call it Traveler Mode. Here are the rules. No auto build, since it makes building custom contraptions much more engaging when removing the item that just lets you, boom, build stuff whenever. Next up is no champion spirits allowed. This means if your champion looks like this, that's okay. But if your champion looks all blue and stuff, sorry, not allowed. This next one is really interesting. Fast travel requires you to throw out one large Zonai charge at your discretion. If you don't have a large Zonai charge, sorry, you can't fast travel and you have to wait until you stock up a bit more on them. The last big rule here is that you must use shrine parts to complete shrine puzzles. This means you're not allowed to fuse Zonai devices onto your shields, bows, and weapons to make your way through a shrine, unless those are things that are available within the shrine. If you see fire fruit in a shrine, go ahead and use as many as you'd like. Otherwise, if you don't see fire fruit, sorry, you can't really set things on fire in here. If you reach a certain point where you do need to use an item from outside of a shrine for any reason inside of a shrine, go ahead as well. Again, you're allowed to cheat, just a little bit, to make ends meet. If you prevent yourself from using Recall, Ascend, and Ultra Hand simultaneously, the shrines become a lot more fun to go through. You generally find yourself thinking about the puzzle right in front of you. Sub-variations are ideas that also fit into certain variations and can be added or taken away depending on what your personal tastes are, but they also aren't the only sub-variations out there, so feel free to experiment at home. No fast travel at all is the first one. This means your playthrough of this game might be incredibly long, so be wary of that. Next up is only being allowed to fast travel to Skyview Towers. This one is interesting since the locations to which you can fast travel to are massively decreased and force you to take a more scenic route to wherever it is that you want to go. For those who don't know, Dragon's Dogma has a pawn system, a group of specialists that follow you around as you travel. If you want a similar experience to that, I recommend playing with all sages turned on, always. They'll just be a bit more annoying than they are in Dragon's Dogma, but overall, I think it can add to the experience, especially if you're someone that really liked the sages. Getting auto-build schematics throughout Hyrule might not be rewarding enough since they are essentially banned in this variation, if you want them to be. But this sub-variation might help with that. Only auto-build schematics allowed. This one allows players to feel more rewarded exploring the Yiga hideouts in the depths and collecting schema stones. In this sub-variation, you're only allowed to travel medallion locations. This gives more use to the travel medallion in general and limits teleports to specific places the player has already traveled to. You can also combine this with the Skyview Towers only rule as well as the large Zonai charge penalty rule for a challenging yet fair set of fast travel limitations that maximize strategy and creativity. Subscribe for more awesome content like this if you haven't already.